Hello and very welcome everyone to this session of the Modern History Previous Year Questions. In today's session, we are going to discuss the questions related to modern history that has been asked earlier in the exams, and we will see the type of topics that we need to cover and the type of relevant questions that could be asked in the upcoming exams. So let's start our session and see what are the things we can learn from this particular topic. So I have got cabinet mission, Quit India movement, provincial election, Mountbatten Plan, partition of India. Before we start, the images used in our slide deck are for educational purpose only. We respect the intellectual property rights of the original creators and owners of these images. If you are the owner of any of the images used in this deck and have any concerns or issues, please contact us at sathee@iitk.ac.in and we shall remove the images. So first question that we have is cabinet mission came to India in the year. Options are 1946, 1941, 1940 or 1943. So you can see this is very important question as it is a question that has been asked so many times in exam. So try to find out the answer, guys. And I guess you have figured out the answer because the answer is quite simple. The answer is 1946. If we talk about cabinet mission, first of all, so you need to understand the history behind it. So from 1939 to 1945, Second World War happened. And after that, the elections happened in Britain, in which Labour Party won the elections. And if we talk about the Labour Party, so the Prime Minister or the particular person who led that party at that time was Clement Attlee. And Clement Attlee's party, Labour Party, was in favor to give independence to India in their manifesto before elections. So just after the elections, they created a particular mission that is called Cabinet Mission, and they have sent it to India. Why Cabinet Mission came to India and what was the purpose? So the purpose was to create a constituent assembly and for the purpose of transfer of power from British Empire to Indian democracy. Cabinet Mission was a high-powered mission sent in February 1946 to India by the Clement Attlee British Prime Minister government. The mission had three British cabinet members, Patrick Lawrence, Stafford Cripps, and A.V. Alexander. The cabinet mission reached Delhi on 24th March 1946. If we talk about Patrick Lawrence, so Patrick Lawrence was the one who was the head of this particular cabinet mission. And Stafford Cripps, you also know that he was also the one who came up with the Cripps mission in 1942, after which particularly the Quit India movement was started by Mahatma Gandhi in the same year. So Stafford Cripps was the same person, but remember the head of this cabinet mission was Patrick Lawrence. The cabinet mission sent to India in 1946 by the British government comprised of members. Options are 3, 5, 6 or 4. So I hope this question will not trouble you anymore now. So try to figure out the answer, guys. And yes, you are right because we just learned about it. The answer is 3. So the 3 members of the cabinet mission, as we know, are Patrick Lawrence, A.V. Alexander, and Stafford Cripps. So cabinet mission came to India in 1946 in order to discuss the transfer of power from British government to the Indian political leadership with the aim of preserving India's unity and granting it independence. Formed at the initiative of Clement Attlee, the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, the mission contained 3 persons as its member. Lord Patrick Lawrence, the Secretary of State for India at that time. Okay. Stafford Cripps, the President of the Board of Trade. A.V. Alexander, the First Lord of the Admiralty. So do remember that these are the 3 members who particularly came and they particularly constitute the cabinet mission and they particularly founded the Constituent Assembly. They formed the Constituent Assembly. The elections happened. After that, indirectly, the members of the Constituent Assembly were elected. And finally, on December 9, 1946, the first meeting of the Constituent Assembly happened, where total 211 members participated in the first meeting of the Constituent Assembly. So do remember the number is 3. In which of the following years did the Quit India movement start? Options are 1943, 1941, 1942 or 1940. So take your time and think about it, guys. And I guess you have figured out the answer. The answer of this question is 1942. On 8th August 1942, at the All India Congress Committee session in Bombay, Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi launched the Quit India movement. Gandhi made a call to do or die in his Quit India speech delivered in Bombay on 8th August 1942 at the Gwalior Tank Maidan, now popularly known as Agast Kranti Maidan. So if we talk about the Quit India movement, so in 1942, on 23rd March 1942, Cripps mission came to India. Okay, in that particular mission, they asked Indians for help them in the Second World War, and in respect of that, they will provide freedom and other type of things. They have promised that. But as we know that in 1918 also they promised something, that we will give you this, we will give you that, we will give you Swaraj, but nothing was given. So particularly in 1942, at this time, we did not help Britishers in the Second World War, but Gandhiji started a movement that is called Quit India movement. And this movement was the last movement started by Gandhiji in the freedom struggle of India. If we talk about this word Quit India, so this word was given by Yusuf Mehrali, and do or die was the slogan given by Mahatma Gandhi. This was the leaderless movement, as after the starting of this movement on 8th August 1942, Britishers launched Operation Zero Hour, under which all the major leaders of the Congress and the major leaders who were leading this movement were arrested. And that is why this movement had become a leaderless movement at that time, not like the non-cooperation movement. So do remember, answer is 1942. Quit India movement started in, options are Karachi, Lahore, Delhi or Bombay. So I think this question is quite simple to you now and it will not trouble you. Think about it. So guys, as we know that particularly Quit India movement started in Bombay. So on 8th August 1942, at the All India Congress Committee session in Bombay, Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi launched the Quit India movement. Gandhi made a call to do or die in his Quit India speech delivered in Bombay on 8th August 1942 at the Gwalior Tank Maidan, popularly known as Agast Kranti Maidan. So if we talk about Quit India movement, so remember it started in Bombay. Today it is known as Mumbai. And particularly if we talk about the Quit India movement, so the first place or region in India that got independence under the Quit India movement was Balia. Balia is in Uttar Pradesh. Quit India movement was started in, options are 1942, 1945, 1943 or 1944. So think about it. And you're right. The answer is 1942. So on 8th August 1942, at the All India Congress Committee session in Bombay, Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi launched the Quit India movement. Gandhi made a call to do or die in his Quit India speech delivered in Bombay on 8th August 1942 at the Gwalior Tank Maidan, now popularly known as Agast Kranti Maidan. And do remember that during the period of 1940 to 1946, Abul Kalam Azad, who later became the first education minister of our country, was the president of Congress for all these years from 1940 to 1946. 46. So do remember that also. Quit India movement began in 1942 with call by Mahatma Gandhi ji. Options are Delhi Chalo, Do or Die, Inqilab Zindabad or Jai Hind. So try to remember that which call was given by Mahatma Gandhi during this movement. So if we just go about thinking about the options, so Delhi Chalo is a particular slogan that was given by Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, we all know. Inqilab Zindabad was a particular slogan that was given originally by Hasrat Mohani, and later it got famous because of Bhagat Singh. And if we talk about do or die, so that is one slogan given by Mahatma Gandhi ji during this particular movement. So the answer is do or die. On 8th August 1942, at the All India Congress Committee session in Bombay, Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi launched the Quit India movement. Gandhi made a call to do or die in his Quit India speech delivered in Bombay on 8th August 1942 at the Gwalior Tank Maidan, now popularly known as Agast Kranti Maidan. So do remember. And on the very next day, Britishers started Operation Zero Hour and imprisoned all the famous personalities and leaders of Congress into jail. Like if we talk about Mahatma Gandhi, so he was imprisoned in Aga Khan Palace in Pune. If we talk about Jawaharlal Nehru, he was imprisoned in Ahmednagar jail, and there he wrote two books majorly. One book was Discovery of India, that is particularly written about the history of India till 1942, the Quit India movement. In which year the Quit India movement was started? Options are 1920, 1930, 1942, 1946. So think about it, guys. And I guess the answer you're looking for is quite right, because the answer is 1942. So on 8th August 1942 at the All India Congress Committee session in Bombay, Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi launched the Quit India movement. Gandhi made a call to do or die in his Quit India speech delivered in Bombay on 8th August 1942 at the Gwalior Tank Maidan, now popularly known as Agast Kranti Maidan. So basically, if we talk about 1942 Quit India movement, so this was particularly started in the year 1942, and do or die was the slogan given by Mahatma Gandhi. If we talk about the word Quit India, this was given by the person called Yusuf Mehrali. So do remember his name as well. When did the Mahatma Gandhi ji started Quit India movement? Options are 15th August 1945, 8th August 1942, 8th July 1942, 15th July 1945. So think about it. And I guess the answer you are giving is right, because we have discussed this thing so many times now. Answer is 8th August 1942. 8th August 1942 at the All India Congress Committee session in Bombay, Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi launched the Quit India movement. Gandhi made a call to do or die in his Quit India speech delivered in Bombay on 8th August 1942 at the Gwalior Tank Maidan, now popularly known as Agast Kranti Maidan. So if we think about it, the 8th August 1942, after just one day after this, on 9th August, the Zero Hour was started by Britishers, and all the major leaders were departed into the different type of jails in India only. And if we talk about the particular movement, so this movement became a leaderless movement, not like the non-cooperation movement. When Gandhiji called off the movement died. Not here. After all the leaders were imprisoned, the movement was particularly brought up by the people of this country. And if we talk about the people, um, they have got independence by themselves, as like Balia became the first place that got independence under this movement. So to remember, answer is 8th August 1942. In which year Mahatma Gandhiji started the Quit India movement? Options are 1941, 1942, 1945, or 1946. So think about it, guys. And you're right. The answer is 1942. On 8th August 1942, at the All India Congress Committee session in Bombay, Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi launched the Quit India movement. Gandhi made a call to do or die in his Quit India speech delivered in Bombay on 8th August 1942 at the Gwalior Tank Maidan, now popularly known as Agast Kranti Maidan. And as we have discussed so many times about the Quit India movement, so do remember that this movement was basically the last movement of Gandhiji. And after this movement, finally in 1945, after the Second World War ended, elections happened in Britain, and new Labour Party came into the power along with Clement Attlee as the Prime Minister. And they sent cabinet mission firstly to India for creating the Constituent Assembly. After that, particularly in 1947, they sent Lord Mountbatten with a plan called June Plan, and he came and he particularly divided the country into two parts, or we can say three parts at that time. And after that, India got independence on 15th August 1947. So do remember, answer is 1942. Quit India movement was launched at the Bombay session of the All India Congress Committee by Mahatma Gandhi in 1942. Options are November, September, August, or December. Think about it. So now we have discussed it so many times. I don't think that you will having any trouble in answering this question. Answer is August. And to be specific, on 8th August 1942. So the All India Congress Committee session in Bombay, Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi launched the Quit India movement. Gandhi made a call to do or die in his Quit India speech delivered in Bombay on 8th August 1942 at the Gwalior Tank Maidan, now popularly known as Agast Kranti Maidan. So do remember, answer is August. When did India become a sovereign republic? Options are 25th August 1950, 26th August 1947, 26th January 1950, 26th January 1948. Think about it. And as we know that if the word is coming, that is called republic, and Republic Day basically falls on which particular day? So 26th January 1950 is the day that is particularly famously celebrated as the Republic Day. If we talk about these two words, the sovereign and republic, so what is the meaning of these two words? So if we talk about sovereignty, so there's a little bit difference between freedom and sovereignty. Freedom means that one is free, but sovereignty means that one is free to take out the rules and regulations according to them. So if we are saying that India is a sovereign country, then that means that India does not require any particular affirmation from any other country to do something in their own country. So that is called sovereignty. And republic means where a particular country where the head is elected. So if we talk about India, so President of India is an elected person, as he is indirectly elected every 5 years. Currently, Draupadi Murmu is the President of India. And if we talk about 5 years later, that is in 2027. So again, the elections will happen and a new president will be elected. So where the head is elected, that country is called republic. Through India become a free nation on 15th August 1947, it declared its sovereign, democratic and republic state with the adoption of the constitution on 26th January 1950. The last meeting of the Constituent Assembly was held on 24th January 1950 AD. And on this day, 24th January 1950, particularly three things were adopted: the national song, the national anthem, and the President of India. The first President of India was Dr. Rajendra Prasad. In 1952, once again, the elections happened regarding the president along with the Lok Sabha elections. And again, Rajendra Prasad was again elected as the president. So Rajendra Prasad's tenure was from 1952 to 1962. During the Quit India movement, Aruna Asaf Ali hosted the National Congress flag in. Options are New Delhi, Goa, Calcutta, or Bombay. Think about it. And you are quite right. The answer is Bombay. Now it is known as Mumbai. So if we talk about the Quit India movement, so Aruna Asaf Ali was one of the major freedom fighter at that time, and she particularly hosted the National Congress flag in during this movement. Aruna Asaf Ali, widely known as the Grand Old Lady, hosted the Indian national flag at the Gwalior Tank Maidan, Bombay, during the Quit India movement in 1942. In this movement, Gandhi gave a call to do or die, and Quit India was the word coined by Yusuf Mehrali. August Kranti is also known as the movement. Options are Swadeshi, Home Rule, Khilafat, or Quit India. Think about it. And your answer is quite simple here. The answer is Quit India movement. So we have learned about this particular movement so many times that Quit India movement is famously known as August Kranti because it falls in August. On 8th August 1942, the movement was started, and that is why the particular nickname was given, that is August Kranti. Quit India movement is also known as August movement or August Kranti, as the movement started on 8th of August 1942, and on 9th August all the major leaders were arrested under the Operation Zero Hour, and after that particularly the movement was led by different peoples in different places according to their own will, as Balia became the first region that got independence during this movement. The 78th anniversary of the Quit India movement was observed on. Options are 8th August 2020, 15th August 2018, 5th August 2020, or 7th August 2019. So think about it and tell me the answer, guys. I guess the answer you are thinking is quite right, because the answer of this question is 8th August 2020. So 78th anniversary of the Quit India movement was observed on 8th August 2020. The 78th anniversary of Quit India movement was celebrated on 8th August 2020. On 8th August of 1942, in order to eliminate the British rule, Mahatma Gandhi launched the famous Quit India movement from the session of All India Congress Committee in Mumbai. The movement is also known as August Revolution, as it was started in month of August. So do remember, the answer is particularly called the 8th August 2020. Provincial elections were held in the year in British India. Options are 1925, 1926, 1930, 1931, 1936, 1937, 1939 to 1940. So think about it. So if you have a deep knowledge about the Charter Acts, about the Government of India Acts that came during the British rule in India, then you must know that in which particular year the provincial elections were being held by the British in India. So the answer is 1936 to 1937. So basically, if we discuss about the Government of India Act, so very important act of Government of India, 1935. At that time, it was the largest ever act created by the British Empire, written act created by British Empire. And if we talk about the 1935 Government of India Act, it is still the largest source of knowledge for the Indian Constitution that we presently use. If we talk about the 1935 Government of India Act, the current constitution is also sometimes called as the carbon copy of 1935 Government of India Act. And also, particularly 75% of the present constitution is taken from 1935 Government of India Act. That is the largest written constitution by Britishers at that time. And under that, the provincial autonomy was given. And because the provincial autonomy was given, so the elections are need to be holded at that time. So for that purpose, during the 1936-1937, the provincial elections happened. So on the basis of the India Act 1935, provincial elections were held in British India in 1936-1937. Elections were held in 11 provinces. Out of these 11 provinces, the Congress won absolute majority in 5 provinces, viz. Madras, Bihar, Odisha, Bombay, and United Province, Central Province, where, as in Sindh, Northwest Frontier Province, and Assam, Congress formed a coalition government. So remember that particularly if we talk about the 5 places, at 5 places Congress got majority, whereas in Sindh, Northwestern Frontier Province, and Assam, Congress, at these 3 places they have got the coalition government, that is along with the Muslim League and other parties. So particularly if we talk about the people of India, they got particularly elected at 8 provinces out of 11 at that time. So the elections happened in 1936-37. Who was the founder of Khudai Khidmatgar movement and strongly opposed the partition of India and Pakistan in 1947? Very important and quite an easy question. Options are Mahatma Gandhi, Muhammad Ali Jinnah, Khan Abdul Ghaffar Khan, or Jawaharlal Nehru. Think about it. And as I said, the question is simple. The answer is Khan Abdul Ghaffar Khan. Khan Abdul Ghaffar Khan, who is also known as Bacha Khan and Frontier Gandhi, he founded the Khudai Khidmatgar movement in 1929. He strongly opposed the partition of India in 1947. He was also nicknamed as the Badshah Khan. He became the first non-citizen to be awarded Bharat Ratna in 1987. If we talk about the Khudai Khidmatgar movement, it was also basically known as the Red Shirt movement or Lal Kurti Andolan. As particularly if we talk about that why he is known as Frontier Gandhi, because the principles that he follows at that time and the places in which he is propagating those things was the frontier. So that is why, because of these 2 things, he was famously known as Frontier Gandhi. So remember, the answer is Khan Abdul Ghaffar Khan. Which one of the following provision was a part of the Indian Independence Act of 1947? Options are India will become a part of Britain, India will be divided into 2 parts, India will become a monarchy, all princely states will remain dependent on British. Think about it. And I guess the answer you are thinking is quite right, because the answer is India will be divided into 2 parts. So the major provisions of the Indian Independence Act 1947, which was drafted on the basis of Mountbatten Plan. Mountbatten Plan, basically Lord Mountbatten came to India along with a plan that is also known as the June Plan and or Mountbatten Plan. According to this, the act divided India into 2 new dominions, the Dominion of India and the Dominion of Pakistan. Partition of Bengal provision and the Punjab province into 2 new countries. An office of the Governor General was made in each of the 2 countries, which represents the crown. Termination of the British Crown control over the princely states. Legislative authority upon the respective constituent assembly of India and Pakistan. And also they appointed a particular commission to create a demarcation or a land boundary between India and Pakistan, that is famously known as the Radcliffe Commission. So do remember, all these happened under the Indian Independence Act of 1947, and India was divided into two parts. India and Pakistan were divided into two independent nations through which constitutional law. Options are India Freedom Act 1947, Pakistan Freedom Act 1947, Indian Partition Act 1947, or Pakistan Partition Act 1947. Think about it. And I guess the answer you are looking for is quite right, as the answer is India Freedom Act 1947. So if we talk about India and Pakistan, so they were divided into two independent nations through the constitutional law that is called India Freedom Act 1947. Major provisions of the Indian Independence Act 1947, which was drafted on the basis of Mountbatten Plan. So we just discussed in the last question also about that, particularly that which are the following acts under which this particular thing was added, and India and Pakistan were divided into two different parts. And if we talk about the Pakistan, so Pakistan also got independence and on 14th August 1947, and India got independence on 15th August 1947. The famous speech of Jawaharlal Nehru was given, that was called the Tryst with Destiny. Where was Mahatma Gandhi on the day India got independence? Options are Rawalpindi, New Delhi, Calcutta, or Pune. So think about it, guys. So if we talk about where was the Mahatma Gandhi at the time of independence, so options are Rawalpindi, New Delhi, Calcutta, Pune. So option answer is Calcutta. So in the days of August 1947, away from the celebration of independence, Gandhi chose to be in Calcutta, today it is known as Kolkata, with some of his followers to calm the rioters down. Tryst with Destiny was the English language speech delivered by Jawaharlal Nehru, the first PM of India, to the Indian Constituent Assembly in the Parliament on the evening of India's independence towards midnight on 14th August 1947. So on 14th August, basically, they got independence, the Pakistan, and towards the midnight on 14th August, that means by 12, that means the day come was 15th August, we got independence. So particularly if we talk about one more thing here, that particularly specifically Gandhiji was at which place in Calcutta or in Bengal at that time? So he was in Naukhali. Naukhali was a place that has become a center of riots during that time, at the time of independence, and Gandhiji remained there fasting so that particular people will drop down their weapons and stop all the type of riots thing in India. On which date the partition of India was announced? Options are 15th August 1947, 3rd June 1947, 17th July 1947, 1st July 1947. Think about it. And the answer is 3rd June 1947. So the partition of India was announced on 3rd June 1947. In February 1947, the British government announced that India would be granted independence by June 1948. For the partition of India, Mountbatten Plan was announced on 3rd June 1947 in a joint conference with Congress and Muslim League. The partition of India was outlined in the Indian Independence Act 1947. The two self-governing countries of India and Pakistan came into existence at midnight on 15th August 1947. So, particularly if we talk about the 3rd June 1947, so basically this was the day the Mountbatten Plan was enacted, and particularly Mountbatten came along with his Mountbatten Plan. And after this, according to the Mountbatten Plan, the things were majorly done. The partition was majorly done. And finally, India and Pakistan are separated and got independence. What was the time when India got independence on 15th August 1947? Options are morning, mid-evening, midnight, or noon. Try to think about it. And I guess the answer you are looking for is quite right, because the answer is, particularly if we talk about the midnight. So India got independence at midnight on 15th August 1947. So do remember about this, that India was particularly got independence from British Empire, and India was particularly divided into two parts. One is India, other one is Pakistan. Pakistan also had two different parts. One is West Pakistan, one is East Pakistan. Later in 1971, the Bangladesh Liberation War happened, and Pakistan basically also got bifurcated, as the East Pakistan was separated from Pakistan, and it now has become the Bangladesh. So do remember, on 15th August 1947, the midnight, India got independence. When was the time the British government agreed upon giving India independence? Options are 1944, 1945, 1946, 1947. So think about it, guys. Very important question this is. And you're right, because the answer of this question is 1947. So, the British Prime Minister Clement R. Attlee told the House of Commons on 20th February 1947 that the government intends to hand India over to the Indians not later than 30 June 1948. Finally, India got independence on 15th August 1947. So, do remember, the answer is 1947. And that's it in this session, guys. I hope you learned a lot of things from this particular session. And we will see each other in the other session, in which we will talk about some more questions, some more things related to modern history. And till the time we meet, bye bye. Take care, everyone, and see you soon.